so serene and peaceful here in the mornings at the North Polar Village. It almost feels like you're the only person in the entire world. But 600 to 700 years ago, this used to be the hunting ground of the Ulunchun ethnic minority. And later on, it was a place where people would come to pan for gold. Nowadays, people come for a far different experience. Welcome to Travelogue. I'm Michelle Lean.
One and a half hours from Mohe town is China's North Pole village, known in Chinese as Beijichun or Beiji Village. It was originally called Mohe Village until, that is, in 2006, when the locals changed the name to one that capitalized on their greatest assets, their location at the most northerly tip of China, and being the only place in the country where you can see the northern lights. On first impression, Beiji Village, tucked away among the forests of the Danxing Anling or Greater Xing'an Mountains region, looks like a sleepy place that is scarcely touched by the outside world. But the locals feel quite comfortable with the tourists who flock to their homes, curious about life in the northernmost village in China. Overlooking the Chita and Amur regions of Russia, Beiji Village has a history of over 150 years. However, due to the Great Fire of 1987, little remains of the past here. Walking around the village, I discovered that the homes, while modern, are made entirely of wood from the forest.
In the past, this is what the houses in Beiji Village would look like. The entire structure, including the gate and the main door, was made out of unprocessed logs. See here? You'd go through the main gate and get into another door into the house. Oops, doesn't really open. Well, that's as far as you can go. You know, you gotta keep some things private. And then right around here, that's where they used to keep the chickens. Most of the houses don't look like these days because, you know, everything's modernized. But, you know, I think it's really nice that they have these models of the old houses as a reminder of what it used to be.
Now, one of the things that most people worry about when they visit a village is the availability and state of the accommodation. I found many family-run hostels in the village that were both clean and offered tourists an experience of local life. But I was told that I should check out one in particular.
Look at the room. It is so cozy. It's just entirely made out of timber. And the best thing about it, check this out, is the view. You get, on one side you get the forest, and on the other side you get Heilongjiang. Fantastic, right? And it's not even expensive. It's about 200 kwai a night off season.
Some say this is the best place to spot the northern lights. But even without nature's spectacular light show, the unobstructed view of the Heilongjiang River and the Russian shore is unbeatable. Now, if you're going to spend a number of hours outside enjoying the view, come prepared. Even in the summer months, the temperatures here can drop drastically in the evenings, so the short sleeves that you can wear during the day won't keep you warm at night. This hostel was especially recommended because, quite uniquely, it rests on top of a restaurant opened by retired photographer Mr. Chin as a tribute to the Orichan ethnic minority and their culture. Mr. Chin spent many years photographing the Orichan people, and it was no surprise for me to discover that he had rescued 2 bear cubs from the forest and was raising them in his compounds, as bears are regarded by the Orichan people as their blood brothers.
Yeah, that's right. You like that. Oh, hey. Hey, come here. Aww. You get it? You like my hand, don't you? Oh, you like it. You're cute.
这是我们鄂伦村现在唯一的在世的，就是唯一存在这个一个老的萨满。这里头他手拿这个箭头呢，是我在前面挖掘基础的时候，挖出这个17个古箭头，主要是鄂伦村最早打猎的时候，这么长的古箭头，大型兽骨，挖掘以后经过文物部门鉴定，距今得有600、700年了，就说明鄂伦村人在600、700年就在北极村这一带打猎生活。
The Orichan people call themselves the Riders of the Reindeer. They're one of the oldest ethnic groups in northeastern China and reside primarily in Inner Mongolia and along the Heilongjiang River. This nomadic hunting group once relied solely on the forest for their survival. Their food, medicine, and clothing all came from nature. While the Orichan people no longer practice their old ways, at Mr. Chin's restaurant, you'll be able to see the riding gear, household items, clothing, and hunting tools they once used.
你为什么对鄂伦村的民族有感兴趣？
我在上大学时候实习，最早就接触鄂伦村族的时候啊，是在84年的时候，就感觉他不是大量的毁坏这个自然，比如说他们这个鄂伦村这个民族常年生活在大森林里头，他们知道怎么去保护它。他们怎么知道有节制的保护动物，不是说大面积的猎杀。这是鄂伦村狩猎归来这么一个场景，临时打猎居住这么一个盖的戳篓子，它大部分都是用狍子皮做的，大约50多个狍子皮做一个围子，这一般是冬天用的。它主要是住的时候呢，它中间有个篝火，烤子，最关键它是睡的是狍子皮的睡袋，穿的狍子穿的衣服。
是皮，睡的床也是皮，是吗？
有的有床，有的直接就可以睡到地下，也可以睡到雪上。关键它的底下的，就是在这个雪地，它这个铺的那是袍皮，它是隔寒隔凉的。这是在这个马上，直接鄂伦村打枪很准，在马上直接掏枪就能打住猎物。这张照片是在打猎完以后，当天晚上回来再做这个狍子肉，喝酒。
With Mr. Chen showing me pictures he'd taken of the Orichan people, I grew increasingly curious about their culture and asked him if I could find any Orichan people in North Pole Village. Apparently, a family lived nearby. He drew me a map to their home and pointed me in the right direction. After some searching, I finally found the place they were staying in, and thanks to the magic of mobile communication, they were already expecting me.
你好。
你好。
你穿得真漂亮。你好，你好。
从哪来的？说的，从哪来？
我们在北京来的。
北京这么小。
你们住在漠河多长时间了？
也挺长时间了。
你教我一下鄂伦村话吧。
行。
什么？
你说阿布嘎达比？
阿布嘎达。对啊。对啊。你看过这个北极光吗？
看过。
你什么时间看得懂啊
？80年的时候，80年吧。下子那天，也就10点到11点之间。从这个方向来了个那么大的光，完了到我们上边一下就扩散了，哎呀那个亮亮的那个，哎呀我说这是咋的呢？我说这么亮了那边，
对，有一点害怕是吗？
害怕了，我用那个大伞布跟它蒙上。
这样是吧？
我就蒙上了，趴了挺长时间，我一看。哎呦，是不是什么别的国家放的什么玩意儿
？Nowadays, the Orichan people no longer hunt in the forest. It's their way of protecting the wildlife. But they still hold on to most other aspects of their culture, including their style of dress and spoken language, although most Orichan are also able to speak and write Mandarin now.
What happens is this bag here is used over winter, and it's for keeping little things like knives, and if they go hunting and they catch little animals and like, you know, rabbits and stuff, they can put it inside, and then later on, after they've eaten the meat, they use the skin, for example, like this, to make shoes and, you know, bags and various other little like trinkets. Oh, see.
那个大的小的可以。
有两个模特今天，一个 the winter bag from the winter collection and the summer bag from the summer and spring collection.
不是线
哦，不是线，不是线，怎么做这个的？
那个袍子动物的筋搓成线。
哦，
有抽。
哦，这样。
不好的。
Yeah, you can't break this. This is like
几十年也不说，100年也不说。
So that even if you use this for 100 years and you tried pulling at it, it still wouldn't break.
In this weather, I was very impressed to see someone fishing in the Heilongjiang River. Few dare to brave the icy waters, preferring instead to line fish from the comforts of their boats. It turns out that Ligia catches fish from the river to feed to her guests at the family-run hostel. I noticed they were a little small, but there was no need to feel guilty, as she told me the fish in the river don't grow any bigger than this, and that I shouldn't judge them by their size, but by how tasty they are.
这鱼长不大，就长这么大。
She said that usually she gets about half a basket worth, but today the catch is a little sparse. See?
去我们家里看看吧，我给你们做鱼吃，你们品尝品尝，看好不好吃。
好好好好好，挺好的。
I could really get used to living in a village. There's no question that all the food is organic and free-range because there's no alternative. There are no supermarkets in town, and everything that is eaten is self-grown, so nothing goes to waste. If they can't finish the fish they catch, it's salted and dried for the winter. While most of us pay exorbitant prices for organic produce, the villagers here live on a diet of free-range poultry, fresh vegetables, and fish. Seems as though we city folk are getting the bad end of the stick.
Still stiff. Oh. Wow, it's really humid in here. Oh, look. Do you see that? It's cilantro. Nice.
I haven't spent much time on farms, so I was surprised to find that cucumbers have spikes. Yes, for those of you who already knew that, laugh away.
Not easy.
中午咱们就吃这个了啊！我去做菜去。
好。
What surprises me is how easy it is to prepare the fish. Just give it a quick wash, mix it up with some salt, and stick it into the wok to deep fry. I'm a fan of deep fried anything, so I was definitely looking forward to this meal.
鱼做好了。
Do you see the size of this fish? This is the size of the fish that come out of the river. So they're all about this small. It's good. Let me see. You can eat the whole thing. It's a local delicacy here, and all the locals eat it. And they say that when the visitors come, they really like this dish. So if you come, you got to try this. Even if it's deep fried, you can taste the freshness right from the river. 特别好吃。
多吃点。
好，我会的。大姐，我先走了。
啊，早点回来啊。
好。
Prior to my trip, I'd read about Yinjing, who, after graduating with a degree in finance, decided to return home to Beiji Village and become an ordinary postal worker. That was 17 years ago, and in 2008, she was chosen to carry the Olympic torch through Harbin, capital of Heilongjiang province. So I head to the post office in the hope of meeting her. Unfortunately, when I arrived, Yinjing was out on her run, busy delivering mail to the 3,000 households in Beijing. This despite the fact that she's been promoted to town postmaster. I decided to hang around and check out the most northerly post office in China. While it looks like most of the China post office around the country, I discovered that people also come here to get seals and special postcards made using any picture from their cameras. It can get pretty busy around here, so if you're not one for waiting, get up early. The post office opens at 8:30 a.m.
Cool. Well, that's pretty good, actually. It's not every day that you come to the North Pole Village, so, it's nice to take something home. And at the post office, well, see, you can make a little postcard and send it to whoever you want. Dear Mom.
While I didn't get to meet Yinjing, I'm pretty sure that at some point she'll be sorting out my postcard along with the many others sent by tourists back to family and friends, all signed off with variations on, "With love from North Pole Village."
Most people just, take a spin around Heilongjiang River to get a look at, Russia and China on both sides. But if you have the time, you should go right up to the head.
你好，你好，你好，谢谢。
Zooming up the Heilongjiang in a speedboat for 1.5 hours to the head of the river won't be easy for those of you prone to motion sickness, but it's well worth the journey. Along the way, you'll see the Russian shore and get a glimpse of what appears to be some unguarded border posts. I can only assume that relations must be good with their neighbors in Beiji village. I'm particularly lucky because my guide also happens to be the mayor of the village.
This 就是两条河的交汇处，两条河并到以后，再往下游就叫黑龙江了。
I find it hard to believe that I'm sitting in a boat at the point where the 9th longest river in the world begins. At this crossroad of rivers, I know that if I go upstream in one direction, I'll be traveling along the Argun River towards Mongolia, and in the other direction, the Shilka River will take me to Russia. While they are both great destinations, for now, I'm just happy to be cruising down the Heilongjiang. 这133是黑龙江源头的第一块，那么这面呢代表着中国，就是我们设的碑。实际这个碑呢，应该设在河的中间。
对，但是
因为那个黑龙江是界江，一加一半，它不可能设在水中间，所以只能设在岸边了。那么这样陆续往下排，一直排到北极村呢，在最北一哨那儿是1139，第139块。
但是你会带很多游客来吗？
会的，
他们经常来吗？
经常来。很多游客是番到北极村来的，10有8九都要到黑龙江源头走一遭。那么到这里呢，都要在这个黑龙江源头第一块界碑上摸一下，留个影，拍一下照，作为一个见证。
等我们拍一个吧。1、2、3，不错。
哎，不错。
Traveling on the Heilongjiang River, I'm struck by just how wide and open the space feels, even where the clouds seem to reach down and touch the water. It's a beautiful day out, and it's on days like these that you can really appreciate the spectacular scenery of the Heilongjiang River. Near the head of the river, you'll find Luoguchun, a very small village that is actually the most northerly village in China, although few people ever travel here.
看到里边那个大一点的房子，白盖的，那是营房。
OK。
它这有没有村庄？有，在里边一点我们看不到。哎，这附近这山沟里边一点有一个小村庄。
但是他们不会有关系的，是吗？做朋友还是这样的？
民间没有什么关系，但是在这儿常住的居民和他那儿住的居民，经常到江边那么由于年头多了，有的时候使望远镜一看，哦，他又来了，就是这么个认识。
In Beiji village, and especially in the tiny village of Loguchun, you'll find that many of the elders look more European than Chinese. It's a result of mixed ancestry dating back to the gold rush of the 1860s. In this little village of 48 homes, everyone knows everyone else, and the mayor takes me to the home of one of his classmates, Mr. Huang, a Loguchun villager with a Sino-Russian background.
这是我同学家。
我的是人是吗？
有的
挺像的啊。
我奶奶是。
您奶奶。
我姥姥。是。
你在这生的是吗？
对。
这土生土长的。
你们养的？
小炉子。
可爱。
会吃食儿。
把这是引着以后，这就是着了完通过它，完了取暖。
它是供暖吗？
对，供暖。
是吗？一屋里都暖。
对，就跟咱们的暖气一样，它是属于空心墙。
As I bid farewell to Mr. Huang, I wonder if he'll remember me the next time I come. It's a pity so few people make the trip up to Luoguchun. It may be a small village, but the people here have big hearts. Most people come to Mohe to see the northern lights. The best time for that is reckoned to be around the summer solstice. That's the 21st and 22nd of June.
This is so exciting. I'm at the Northern Lights Festival, and it's an annual festival where everyone from all across China comes here just to watch this performance and to join in all the activities.
Beiji village may be a small place, but visitors from all over China travel here around the time of the summer solstice in hopes of seeing the northern lights. The airlines do increase the number of flights from Harbin to Mohe during this period, but I still advise you to book your tickets early if you want to join the party. A private car from Mohe to Beiji village will cost you around 200 RMB.
Okay, so we're going to go in this direction to, I don't know where, I'm just following everybody towards the fireworks.
For me, fireworks tend to signify a beginning, be it New Year or the start of the Northern Lights Festival. It's still early, and judging by the array of fireworks being set off on the banks of the Heilongjiang, I get the feeling this party is only just starting.
I'm not sure if I get the Olympic feeling, but why not, right? I'm so tired for doing this. Okay, enough dancing. Let's go party. Join the party.
The younger visitors and locals party the night away to trashy techno music, hoping that if they stay awake long enough, they'll catch sight of the northern lights. After just 2 hours of night, dawn breaks, and once again, no sign of the northern lights. Perhaps the partygoers, all tucked up soundly in their beds right now, will be luckier tomorrow.
You know, when most people come to Mohe, they just want to be at the most northern tip of China. But there's a whole lot more to experience here, you know, from forestry to grasslands to just life by the river. It's a really surreal and true experience because it's here that you're closest to nature. I hope you enjoyed your journey with me to Mohe. Thanks for watching Travelogue. I'm Michelle Lean. I'll see you next time. But in the meantime, keep those bags packed.